Hey, so today we're gonna do this first startup on this CR250r Honda. It's a 2002, and just gonna do a first start. This bike has had some issues before of not liking to start cold. We must have to do something with the carburetor. We've already done a full clean and done the jets and whole rebuild and everything. To start off, we're going to just check the gas. So if you come up here, look in here. We've already filled this up, but you always want to make sure you have gas and make sure it's right for your bike. If you have oil injected, then you just need straight gas, but if it's not oil injected, just make sure you mix it. And this is a 2-stroke, but it would also be different for a 4-stroke. So down from the gas tank, right over here, on the right side of the bike, there's a coolant reservoir. Never open when hot because it'll be really hot and it'll just spray all over because it'll be pressurized. So make sure it's cold, pop it off, and then look in there, and you can see the coolant's right up at the top. And it's nice, not discolored or anything. And the cap looks good. It means there's no head gasket leak or anything. So you just stick it back on. Good. So down here, you got your your back brake, and here you got your chain case oil. This one's super tight. There we go, got it loose. And some of these have a dipstick, like my other bike has a dipstick. And you really can't see much, but you can see that there is oil on this cap, and it is lubricated in there. So just make sure you check it regularly, and if there's any like clutch slipping or you're not shifting, it doesn't feel like it's shifting quite right, you should probably just change your oil. So now we're over here on the other side of the bike, the left side of the bike, and now we're just gonna take our wrench and try to just loosen up this spark plug. Hopefully that loosened it. Oh, and there we go. Nice and loose. Make sure you don't drop it to crack this ceramic. So we're just gonna gently place it down. Come over here, grab our little gas can. We fill this up with 2-stroke for like our weed whacker and our old snowmobiles that we have. So we just grab the end of it, stick it in the hole, and there we go. Just put some gas in it. Make sure to not put too much. And quick tip, if you have a bottle just like this where the spout's on one of the sides, if you actually pour it like this to begin with and then start to tip it, all the liquid will be at the bottom so that you can position the hose that we have on this, and then you start to twist it and it'll run to the nozzle, and then it'll reduce your spillage. But now that we're done that, before putting the spark plug in, we're just gonna come over here and give it just a few slow kicks, just like that. And now we'll go reinstall our spark plug. You just do that so that you don't like warp the cylinder or anything if there's too much combustion right while it's still cold. So now we're gonna stick our spark plug back in. So now that the spark plug's hand tight, I'm gonna come back and grab my wrench and just do the tightening, the last little tighten. Don't want to go too tight. Might have to go to the other. Got my same wrench. And get it nice and tight. And there we go. You can stick the spark plug wire back on. Now that's back on. Gonna come up here. Got our fuel. Turn it on. And then come around to the back out your thing. It says remove before flight. That's so you don't choke out the engine. Just gotta set this aside. Stick it right there. Make sure you don't lose that because you don't want any water going in your exhaust pipe. Grab your wrench and the bottle of gas. Just move them out of the way so nothing happens, especially with the gas, because if it's near your combustion chamber, all the vapors, the gas vapors, they could actually explode if they get too hot. Now that we got our fuel on up there, and we took our exhaust piece out, reach in here to the choke, pull it up, you hear one click, and then what we found on this one is if you actually push it up again, it'll make another click. Don't know if you can hear that, but it makes another click, and that'll reduce the times you have to kick it by usually about half. Okay, so now that we've already gotten it all ready, make sure you also check the air in the tires. Don't know if I mentioned that. And so here we go. You gotta always put your helmet on and some gloves. Wear some longer pants, a jacket. You don't really want any skin showing. There we go, got the helmet. Putting on the gloves. Don't want any skin showing in case of a fall. You just don't want to hurt yourself. Just have full body coverage. And so now we go to start it. Make sure it's in neutral. Have the clutch in. Roll it back and forth to make sure it's in neutral. Now let's start it. There we go. Starts right up. Good. Good method to always start your dirt bike after it's been sitting over the winter. And now it's time to go rip and have some fun. Right there. Oh man, the bike's still there. Good. Thought someone stole it during dinner. Okay.